morning. Welcome to Canada AM. It's Friday, December 21st. I'm Marcy Ian. So good to be with you. Let's get right to our top stories. There is mixed reaction to a controversial ruling by the Supreme Court of Canada. In a rare split decision, the justices said women can wear religious veils while testifying in court, but only in certain circumstances. The aim of the ruling was to balance religious freedom with the right to a fair trial. The case in question was halted 4 years ago after an alleged sexual assault victim was asked to remove her niqab on the witness stand. Now the case goes back to the lower court, where it's up to the trial judge to decide if the veil stays or goes. Spokesperson for the Canadian Council on American Islamic Relations, Miriam Dadaboy, is here with us this morning. Good to have you here.
Thank you for having me.
So when it comes to the Supreme Court, it's usually a yes or no. This time it's a maybe. How do you feel about the decision?
I think it shows the complexity of the issue here, because both the rights to religious beliefs and practices and the rights to a fair trial are both kind of at a competing position here. So the judges had to take both of them. The justices had to take both issues into consideration before coming up with the ruling. So I was reading up on it yesterday, and there's quite a mixed reaction to this. Our stance on this is that it presumes favorably on a woman's right to wear her religious believed face veil in court.
But it'll be by, a case-by-case basis.
Yes.
And so you've got to factor that in. And it's such a fine line,
exactly,
this balancing act, isn't it?
Yes. So the real question will arise when this is actually implemented in courts and how the judges come to a decision. The four-step criteria. The first question is it a religiously convicted belief that the woman holds? And if the answer is a yes, then the onus is on the other party to prove that the niqab would form an obstacle for their client's right to a fair and open trial.
Do you have any concerns, though, Miriam, that it was a split decision, that it wasn't unanimous?
Not really, because by guaranteeing that niqab would be allowed, it could compromise the client's right to a fair and open trial. And by completely disallowing it, it's a definite negation of a woman's right to, wear the niqab as a religiously held belief.
And the niqab has been banned while voting provincially in Quebec and at citizenship oath ceremonies in Canada. What do you feel as far as moving forward? Do you think that this ruling will have some sort of impact on the controversies around the niqab?
I think that it would, because if you look at the ruling, a majority of the justices didn't seem to have a problem with the niqab in the courtroom in testifying. Only, I think, the two and the one, the justices who voted differently had a problem with it. So if the majority of the justices felt that it's not an issue in the courtroom, and when you're testifying and your statements are much more important than being able to wear a face veil in an oath ceremony, it becomes a moot point, because that's just, there's a room full of like 200 people giving their oath at the same time. So I don't think it becomes an issue then. So we hope that Minister Kenney would address this issue given light of this recent ruling.
What do you think that the original case and this ruling says about the changing face of this country?
Well, I think it's important that it takes into consideration all the changing dynamics and demographics of the society.
Good to have you here, Miriam.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming in.